microphone jack when doing too.
My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat your children.
I'm supposed to be a franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello?
The Off the Strip Sports Podcast.
Oh, hold on, I ain't ready. Look, I ain't game ready yet. Hold on.
My man is silky smooth. My man got the LSU purple on though.
Hold on, I ain't game ready yet.
I had to turn the lights on, make sure them lights is bright, baby. It's game time. Sunday.
Oh, hey. Game
What
ready,
up?
baby. What up?
Feel like I just saw you, man. You know what?
About a couple hours ago.
About 24 to 48 hours ago, like we was just linking up, bro.
We was just together doing our thing.
Now you back on the West Coast, and we back here with another episode of the Off the Strip Sports Podcast. We welcome everybody back. I'm already doing too much. This Futch show today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna take a side step on some Harden shit, and I'm here.
Oh, you know it's not sidestep.
Yeah.
All right, so first and foremost, but I would ask you how your weekend is. That's how we usually start the show, but we was together.
Tell each other how the weekend. Right. Nah. First time we linked up, probably what? Since I moved?
Shit, a break.
Yeah, it's definitely been a minute, yo. It was definitely good seeing you and then being able to link up. Yo, we've been doing this whole podcast thing on different coasts, man. Like that's how COVID proof and how strategic we've been with this whole situation. The fact that, you know, he's 3 hours behind and I'm here, he there, but you know, we linked up for the March on Washington, and so, you know, we was able to make it happen this weekend.
How you think it was? What you feel about it?
I mean, I was open-minded to it all. Like I remember growing up and just, you know, watching the first jump. Every Martin Luther King Day, my pops would set us down because we ain't have school. So he would set us down and we would watch that speech. And I always remember seeing like all those people flooded, but I'd never been to that part of DC, which was crazy. So fast forward to today to actually be on that ground. One is my first time at the Lincoln Memorial. At the Lincoln Memorial.
Okay.
That was my first time there. And just to be a part of that, you know, 57 years later is definitely something that, like, you know, I'm keeping and putting that in the history books to tell my kids, you know, down the line. But I mean, I got there at the right time, man. The speakers that we heard, we was able to hear Jacob Blake's dad. I heard Al Sharpton. I heard Jacob Blake's sister. Ahmaud Arbery's dad pulled up. So it was definitely something that, like, it's kind of like I was saying about COVID, like when it hits you, like I'm seeing it on Instagram and stuff, but like to be there and see these people and like look them in the face, it was definitely different.
I love history, so the fact that they brought it back, or 57-year reunion after the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech on August 28th, 1963, I really, really, really like wanted to be there for the history aspect. But the reason we were there, because of the way we was wrongfully been treated the past couple of years and what's going on in society, and that's what brought us together. It's unfortunate, however, it was great to be a part of this time, and I feel like the message that was really sent was we have a chance right now, like we all can actually make change, like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and those leaders back in the day, and the people that died, like Medgar Evers, people that died back, all the police brutality that went on, we actually got a chance to make a change, a bigger change. They had small wins. We're reaping the benefits right now of their small wins. To them, we're good. Right. We could vote. We ain't got to use different bathrooms. We can go to restaurants like everybody's, like stuff we take for granted. And now
it was fighting tooth and nail for,
and we got it. But at the same time, we're not done. Like that was a stepping stone. That was one step, and now it's our job right now to continue making those steps to get equality. That's all we asking for is some equality.
Equal, bro. Like we just trying to get equal. We're not trying to get above. And if anything, niggas is fearful that we get equal we blown it out the water. But that's neither here nor there. We just trying to get, you know what I'm saying?
That's it. We just want some equality. That is all we want.
all
We
we
want to be able to
want,
walk
bros.
down the street and the cop, to do the same thing they'll do with boy, girl, man, woman, dark, brown, light, tall, skinny, just treat it.
Got a chance to
Just the same. That's it.
that is all.
Bro, I
Fuck, you
know
live
what
again,
I'm
man.
saying. Yeah, bro, I know what I'm saying. You ain't got to play it back for me.
I'm trying to freaking share it. I had to let here we go.
Okay, well, you got to be wrapped up the weekend.
No, we still going. No, yeah, we still good though. My fault. But no, that was so yeah, we had the march, and then yeah, you was literally here for like 24 hours, bro. Like
champagne and showers. I'm in
and
out.
Yeah, in and out.
And I'm
man.
doing,
So
I'm doing everything. And I'm doing everything in a little bit. Look,
my man went from Vegas to DC to VA, all in the matter of 36 hours, man. Mr. Never miss a flight.
hey, we ain't even gonna get into how.
Oh
look,
yeah. That situation was crazy when you told me.
Remember last episode, Mr. Flight?
Yeah.
I missed my flight.
You ended up missing the flight this time, right?
That's what I did. I missed the flight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But nah, I mean, the March of Washington was on Friday, man. Like, let's go back to like the Sunday we finished recording up until Friday, and like just how crazy it's been. Like Sunday after, I want to say Sunday while we was recording is when the Jacob Blake situation was going down. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember logging off and like closing the laptop, and I saw BW had he had shared it. I was like, yo, this is like shaking my head. This has got to stop. And I never seen the clip before. Some just told me to tap, and I'm like, yo, another one? And like
another one, right?
I just locked my phone. I'm like, come on, dog. Like, so then it just really started to blow up, you know, in the coming days. And I'm just like, yo, like just watching that video is just like, it's unbelievable because, you know, his kids was in the back seat. That's the part that really struck me and got me like, that had me messed up pretty much all week. Like he had, I want to say 3, 5, and 8 strapped in the back seat, seat belts, getting ready to dip. And to see your pops get 7 shots in the back, and then now he not even able to walk anymore, man. Like I couldn't. I was a mess this entire week, bro. I don't know about you, man. But
So let's dissect the video a little bit. I seen that video. I seen it. I scroll past, and like you said, one time I hate it. I'm like, this what we doing? Like, we back on this? Like we gonna run this back again? Like we ain't learned
again, bro. We back with this shit.
So I've always said the social media, TV, and all that, they allow us to see what they want us to see. The reason that this has blown up is because people are pulling out their phones more often now and putting this brutality out on the front street. However, I feel like if the opposer or the oppressor wants to, like, you know what, cops are doing this to everybody, they would then leak those videos of them doing it to everybody. Like, the oppressor is not going to allow their name to get tarnished and no fight back, right? I say that to say I seen the video. I'm like, damn, 7 shots, really? That's what we doing? And then I seen like Tuesday, Wednesday, I seen another video. They compared it. It was a white guy.
Oh, yeah.
I sent it to you. The white guy, when I say he showed all types of threats, like he pushed the cop. He jumped
in the running up on the cop and everything.
He ran him on it. He got in the cop car.
Yeah,
he got in the cop car.
Time.
The cop did not pull the trigger not one time. When you watch the Jake Blake joint, right? To me, he was. We don't know why he was walking away. He was walking away calmly, like no aggression.
In a non-threatening manner, yeah.
At all, and getting in his whip. Yeah, I mean, like we talked about before. Officers have a belt. They have different. This one first,
gadgets,
second, third. Like
yeah.
You got different things.
De-escalation.
You can do, but when you pull out the gun and shoot 7 times, like you shooting to kill. Like you could have beat him with a club. You could have tased him. I heard he was tased, but what I'm saying is I feel like the 7 shots was excessive, being as though his non-aggression. But when you compare the two, it's like, all right, we out here showing you all these videos of police attacking black men and Breonna Taylor shooting her own crib for no reason, whatever. And then we see a video of a white male doing the absolute
most, on the same time,
absolute most, and he not nothing, right? So then I try to look at it in a different light. Why the cop that shot Jake Blake, right? was so like trigger happy. Like, do you not know what's going on in the world?
7 of them joints, bro.
Do you not know what's going on in the world, right? But on the same time, the other cop was with the white guy. Maybe he was thinking like, I'm not gonna pull the trigger till like I'm almost threatened, like I'm about to die. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a different mindset.
Yeah.
We don't know what the cops are thinking. They both could have been thinking 2 different things. But what's going on in the world? As a cop, I'm not defending them. You gotta protect yourself. But I don't see no threat ever then.
There was nothing to protect himself from. On top of that, fam, it was 3 of them. It was 3 of those, 1 of Jacob. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I understand the whole protective part, but none of that even mattered in this case. Like, there was nothing that we saw in that video, nothing that transpired. He even told the cops, like, yo, I had a knife in the vehicle. Nothing warranted 7 shots, bro. Like, he had him by the shirt. Kids was in the car. I wonder if this dude that shot him has any kids, because like that'll tell a lot. But
so what about the other video? What about the other video with the white guy and the cop got him at gunpoint?
I mean, I saw the dude, like the perfect, the guy that was, you know, trying to be subdued. Like, he was running up on the cop and the cop was backing up, you know, like in a fearful manner, like he was scared for his life. But at the same time, like not one trigger was pulled, like not one sort of de-escalation. It was just like, yo, don't stop. But still no trigger being pulled. But yet, you know, skin get a little darker. Literally, the skin just got a little darker. And, you know, here we are. My man is paralyzed and handcuffed to a bed. He can't do nothing with his kids anymore. You know, like them kids is in prime time recreational sports age, bro. Like, this is the prime time. This is why you're a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like so like struck by it. And he's done, you know, off of this trigger happy police officer. Whereas like if his skin was a different color, maybe if he didn't have dreads, he'd probably still be walking. Like, that's real talk. But Allison had a question for us. How has the past week affected y'all's mental health as number 1, people of color, and number 2, black men? From Jacob Blake to the march to the passing of Chadwick. Man, like, you just said 3 different roller coaster events, you know, that all transpired in a week. One of them, you know, one of them being the march, you know, it was inevitable given the events that's happened this entire 2020. The other 2, okay, now Jacob, that one, that could have been a different situation. The Chadwick situation, I mean, that just hurt my heart, man. Like, the fact that he's been tough for 4+ years and been delivering us classics. When I say, I mean, nothing but classics, and hasn't said a peep about it, bro. Like, I don't want to hear nobody else's excuses. Like excuses are few and far in between when it comes to, you know, achieving a goal. When you got somebody who you know, put his life on the line for 4+ years, and in between acting like he's going to chemo, he's going to surgeries, he's this, that, he's that. And he still, you know, was our king. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one heard a peep about that. Like, I don't know. Did you hear anything about him, like, having any type of cancer? Fam,
Nope.
That boy tough, man. Like, that's tough. Like, that's what that is, man.
So I want to speak on Allison's question.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I could kind of lump the march and Jacob together. I said this on my IG story. When I was going to the march, my father was supposed to know. My father eventually met up with me. Like, he made it. I mean, he missed the whole thing, but we linked later. But
he literally heard your voice and was like, "There go my son."
Yeah, it was over, pops. Like, but Jacob Blake in the march. I'm on my way to the march, and I'm talking to my dad like the day before. Like, we gonna link, whatever. We gonna be here. I'm gonna call you. This, that, and the third. So my last phone call before, like, I seen him, it was like 6 a.m. I said, I'm gonna get on the train. I'm gonna ride the train to the jump, pops, and I'm gonna meet you there. So my dad was like, be careful, right? Like, I'm 28 years old. My dad's like, all right, look, be careful. His exact words, keep your head on a swivel, because there's people out there that don't like you. And so in my head, I'm like, you know, I'm fine. Like, what they don't like me for? I didn't do nothing. Like, I'm here to go, you know, protest a peaceful for equality, whatever. But just the aspect or the thought of, like, my father has to tell me, be careful, because you never know what's going to go on out there. You're doing nothing. He was like, we're not armed. We're not doing nothing, but you need to be careful. I have a backpack and some shorts walking DC. So in the mental health aspect, it is disturbing Allison, when I'm on the train, when I'm on the metro in DC, that I'm just like looking around, just being cautious of my surroundings. It's disturbing when I'm walking the streets of DC just so I can get to the protest with everybody else, but I have to watch my six. I gotta make sure I'm aware of what's going on just in case something pop off. So the mental health aspect as a black man is very disturbing. When it comes to Jacob Blake, he was a black man, a father in the video, wasn't a threat to nobody, and he caught 7 shots. So as a black man, my mental health, I'm walking down the street, that's going in my mind. Like, I might catch 7 for no reason. Okay? So when
No
it comes
reason. No
none.
reason, bro.
And when it comes to Chad, right? I seen it hit home, and I carry a positive perspective, a positive attitude, because I've always thought you never know what somebody's going through, right?
Right.
Like jokingly in my football chat, they was like, "Futch always positive. Why you so positive?" I'm like, we over here complaining about what we're wrong. Let's just come up with a solution. You know what I'm saying? But for him to do that, like, he passed and was going through this for years and years, and we knew nothing about it. That's a strong individual. It's easy to tell somebody about it and get a hug. It's easy to tell somebody about it and they give you some words of affirmation. But when you hold it in and you still producing at the caliber that you're producing, is fucking amazing. So the fact that he did that, I look at him totally different on top of all the great movies, all the great things that he has done in his time. But I'm also a firm believer of you don't never know what anybody's going through. So I'm always pulling up like, what it do? What it do? I pull up on Allison yesterday. She was like, "Futch." I'm like, what? I'm here, right?
It's
I'm
good vibes only, man.
Yeah,
It's good vibes only.
But for real, we need to take these whole everything and look at it from a different light. We can't be out like we talked about last week. We always ready to talk down on somebody. Bro, what's her name? Kamala. We done dogged her 3 times over.
We dog.
You get what I'm saying? Not we did,
but she been dogged
3 times over.
She in front of the show over here.
You don't know what that lady going through. Just on the other aspect of Chad, when they had to picture him in the 42 and he was getting dogged on Twitter and social media, and now everybody like recanting their statement like, "Oh, I didn't know," whatever the case may be.
Bring
like
that back.
At the end of the day, we need to take that step first before we as a people start dogging and trying to defame people. And it's all fun and games, but it's all fun and games. Somebody get hurt, and this time Chad hurt was that he didn't wake back up. You feel me? Like he took a nap and he not coming back. So Allison, I hope that answered your question. That was phenomenal. I'm gonna just go off of that. Have you heard the quote? Like, we took a knee. They didn't listen, but they took a knee on our neck type thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, do you think the irony in what's my Kappa brother name? Quarterback? What's his name?
Colin Kaepernick?
Kaepernick.
I forgot he was Kappa. Yeah.
He took a knee, right? But they're using that knee like, this is what we try to do, and this is what the oppressor does, and it's like taking a knee on his neck. You get what I'm saying? And you see how the wordplay. Do you think I'm a believer that history repeats itself if you allow it, but history has been repeating itself. Do you think like the universe set that up in a way that like we're gonna look at Kaepernick taking a knee, it's gonna be ignored, and the oppressor gonna take a knee on a black man's neck and kill him, and we're gonna use it and compare it to the same thing? Okay, on top of that, it's another one. You ever seen like in slavery times when you see a slave's back and it's all whipped up and like whelps and all that because they've been beat? So that was compared to Jacob Blake's back. So it was like we go from getting whipped and whelps on our back to 7 shots in our back. You get what I'm saying? Do you see, like, not as a connection, do you think like people are reaching with these metaphors and similes, or it's like it's kind of irony in a way?
I mean, I think there's irony to it, but I also think that people are reaching because, I mean, it's social media. Like I said this episode 1, like maybe even episode 2. I say it all the time. There's a lot of people on social media that don't need to be there.
Okay.
It's it's an open platform, and like you got to find what's there for you and take that and be able to cipher through and educate yourself on the things that are sensible and make sense. So, it's interesting you brought up, whips, whip marks on our back while, my man is getting 7 shots to his back because, when you look at police officers at one point, that whole slave catcher thing was the original job of a police officer. Like they caught runaway slaves. What color were slaves? You guessed it. I'm on my Joe Budden shit, but yeah, I think I say that to say that I think it's rather ironic that those same images are kind of relived in a 21st century millennial way now. Like instead of whips, we getting shot. Because slavery isn't an issue anymore, in a way that it was back then. There's still some form of slavery and oppression and systematic racism, but yes, there is some irony. But I also think that there are folks that are kind of beating that into the ground, whereas like that's not the focus here. The focus here is stopping this shit together. Like finding a way to mend this. To like put an end to all of this. So. It sucks that we're comparing, like you saying, history is it's crazy that history is repeating itself just in a different form, and that just shows how deeply rooted this systematic racism is deep. It is. It's just it's there.
So it's funny you.
Showing its face right now.
It's funny you say the police original job was to catch runaway slaves, right? So like just history over time and like learning what I learned and like doing research or whatever. Slavery's always been a thing. So then it came with the KKK, right? The KKK wore hoods and all that. And what were they doing? Hanging, lynching, decapitating, castrating African American people as a whole, right? But then it was said to believe that KKK turned in their hoods for badges. So instead of being a KKK, we're police officers. We're law.
In there. Yeah.
We're law.
You got the legal right to take your head off.
Yeah. So. And it goes back to like we talked about that thing last week. The system was never created for us. It was created and it said certain things that way we can feel equal because we fought for all that for so many years. But at the end of the day, it's like this is what it says, but this is what it means to us. And African Americans could not be police officers before a certain time. So the way you put that, the way you put that together, and like the info that I've gathered over the years, it was like, you know what, we got to bring that to light for our viewers. So sure. Chadwick Boseman, he died on Jackie Robinson Day. It was changed. It wasn't originally on August 28th.
Yeah, it was originally April 15th, I want to say.
Yeah, something around there. But it was changed because of COVID. But just the irony of Chad and him playing 42 and age 28. Once again, like, is that irony or what? And the crazy part is, bro, I'm going from the march. Like, you know what, we just did, like, that's a start. The march we didn't do shit. It was a step to where we need to go. Going back to 7-5 in the whip, we like halfway. No, we like in New Kent, right before Williamsburg.
Yeah, where the casino at.
Yeah, it was like, yo, Black Panther died. I'm like, man,
that's crazy.
But we just left the march. Like we trying to go take a step in the right direction.
Right. Like,
but it's like some always pulling it. Like we take a step forward, we get knocked 2 steps back. It wasn't police brutality, but it's just heavy on the heart. It's just heavy on the heart. Another black man. Like, what we got to do out here? So that's crazy. And then your boy, Cliff Robinson, an NBA veteran, he played for the Trailblazers, Nets, and Pistons. He passed.
There's another team I can't remember too. Yeah, that happened on Saturday. So I mean, man, like I felt I left the march in a great spirit. Like I linked up
in a great space.
I linked up with a few people out there. You know, we saw a little basketball at Black Lives Matter Plaza. Like it was all love, man. Like I'm glad we did that. It was hot. It was mad hot. If you was at the march, it was hot. But that didn't matter to anybody, man. Like being out there and just being able to like show our support and let it be known, like, yo, we are not playing any games this time around. Like we making change. And then, you know, fast forward, we do the march, we go grab something to eat, we go our separate ways. I get back to the crib, bang, Black Panther died. I'm like, what in the, like, come on, bro. Like, you can't. So I'm like, nah. I saw it on some, I don't know where I saw it. Then I just went on, I just typed in his name in Safari, and then that's where I saw it. I'm like, yo, this is nuts. This is nuts. And then the next day, take my man to go get a haircut. My man's is fresh. Johan, take my son to go get a haircut. We go get something to eat after that. Another text message. Cliff Robinson just died. I'm like, there's only one Cliff Robinson I know, and he always wants, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just need a clarification. I'm like, fam, the Hooper? Like, there's no way, you know, I mean, there is a way, but, like, it was just, like, I couldn't believe it. Because, like, this week has just been nuts, bro. Like, we ain't even get into the NBA boycotts or any of that, but, like the fact that had to come about, like, just shows how emotional and how up and down, you know, we were as a people throughout this entire week. I don't know the percentage, but I want to say over 95%, and I could be wrong because of how international it's gotten. I'm gonna say between 90 and 95% of the NBA is black. And fam, like, that entire joint, that entire league was had to take a knee. You had my man Kenny Smith, like, pulled up to the show. I'm guaranteed nobody on that show knew how he was
ready.
feeling. Yo, I can't do this. I can't be here. You know what I'm saying? And he just dipped. Like, I can empathize with that, because the day before I had a meeting at work, and, like, we was talking about it. We were just talking about, you know, the different things that we're doing as a company, and just going back and forth as far as being black. And after that, I hung up the phone and it hit me, and I'm like, fam. Oh, you know what hit me? I listened to Jacob Blake's mom. She was saying that she went to go see Jacob, and the first thing he said was, "I'm sorry." And she was like, "Yo, what are you apologizing for? You didn't shoot yourself in the back 7 times." And he was like, "No, I just don't want to be a burden." Fam, that is all we think about. Like, that's the epitome of a black man. And then the very next thing that came out of his mouth is, "I just want my kids." And that's when that's when I was like, yo, I gotta go. I ended up, if I could clock out of work, I would have clocked out of work and just dipped. I just dipped. I just couldn't stomach, like, being able to look at people and know that, like, this man is, like, in a situation that he didn't ask for, he didn't even welcome, he didn't entice, he didn't do anything for it, but yet it happened to him because at the end of the day, it looks like the color of his skin and who he is. It's just like,
and the crazy part is,
bro,
part is, somebody brought this to my attention. They was like, "We're glad he's alive because now he can tell his own story. It can come from the horse's mouth. It's not body cam this, police officer this, witness from a block down, caught it on tape. This so we formed this story. Nah, Jay Blake gonna talk for himself. And you know what? Man. I'm gonna be here for it. I want to hear everything.
I'm tuning in. I'm making sure everybody here. You're gonna get a share on every post, on every social media platform. Like, fam, let it ring, bro. Like this week has just been nuts, man. To the point where, like, and honestly, I couldn't even think to place. I knew that was a no-brainer, like, boycotting. Like, I didn't know, but I felt it because, like, I didn't even feel like watching sports. I didn't feel like doing anything but just being alone and just being home, because I knew at home I was safe. I knew I was around my kids, and I knew I was safe. But, you know, I definitely am fearful getting in my car sometimes and going to work. Like, this could be it, or some shit that I can't even control, bro.
Unconsciously, and how we were raised, it was always that fear of getting in your car, going to work, or getting in your car, going to the store, getting in your car, taking your kid to the park that's down the street, but you don't feel like walking. You get what I'm saying? It was always that fear, but right now that fear just hits a little bit deeper. And I'm gonna tell you why. For me, it hit different for me because I've always known it. I was raised like, just remember what color your skin is. I remember to use your minutes that I taught you. So I'm always raised that way. But now that I'm seeing so much on all these platforms of people that look like me, especially men, are going down with no real explanation. So I get in the car and I'm still thinking that, but now it's like amplified times 10 now, just because I'm seeing so much. Like, we've always known this. The people that know, if you know, you know, we've always known this, but because it's being put out on Front Street right now, and it's so much and it's so repetitive and it's back to back, and it start off the beginning of the week, Sunday we good, come Monday it's all over again, and we go to the march on Friday. And it's Friday night, somebody else died. Like, it's just all over on Front Street. It's amplified now. Like, it's really times a million now. of the same fear, but we ain't getting nowhere. And it's stuff that our ancestors fought for, our old leaders that has passed away, that they took away, have fought for and accomplished some goals we're still fighting for. We're still going to Lincoln Memorial on August 28th to fight for the same thing.
Yeah, man. I remember that. Did you see that there was a picture that Kappa who brought the same sign he brought to the original march 57
Yup.
years ago, and he brought it to this march here. So it's just like, fam, history. Like
Shout out to the good bros.
we've been doing this for a while, man.
So looking into to boycott Milwaukee Bucks and in the Reds, they get the first game ball, the OTS game ball of the week for initiating that boycott. However, that game ball will be shared with the entire NBA. When it comes to the NBA boycotting as a whole, we're stronger in numbers. So Milwaukee do it, it's cool. But when like everybody in the bubble do it, now it hit home because the oppressor also watches basketball.
Right.
So when that happened, it's like, hey, what y'all
Look in
doing?
the mirror, fam.
That's all y'all got. Got one job, and our one job is to play basketball. But we're gonna take y'all lives off the court. But when it hit everybody the same, that's when they look at it different. So game ball go to the NBA. No, it goes to all sports: NBA, MLB, WNBA. Who else?
We're gonna give it. Oh yeah, the MLS. They definitely boycotted some games. Definitely shouting out Naomi Osaka, the tennis player. She sat out her semifinal tournament to show her support, and she made it clear in 2 different languages. She told the people of her nation. I want to say Korea. I could be wrong.
Don't quote them. Don't quote them, people.
Don't quote me. But she also said it in American too, like, yo, I'm tired of this. I can't do this anymore. So definitely shout out to all professional sports who participated in that evolution, and just let it be known, like, yo, y'all don't want to hear us, then y'all not going to see us either. And it's as simple as that. Like, I wasn't even mad at anybody, because at that point, like, mentally, you probably couldn't even be your best athlete, with everything that's going on in the world. Like, how could you? Like, that's just. It's just inhumane.
It's a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Japan.
So,
she's Japanese. Japanese is actually what she is. So thank you, Allison.
So what does it to you when professional sports take a stand? Let me rephrase my question. It's like, why does it look that different? How do you feel about LeBron making a statement, or the Nets, or the Clippers? Like, why is it different when they say something from when?
Because I think that when you're a professional athlete, it's not just about you. And what I mean by that, there's a lot of money on the line just by you stepping on that court. And by choosing not to do so, you're jeopardizing contracts. You're jeopardizing, a lot of, revenue, essentially. Given the times that we're in, too, given that it's a pandemic and the fact that, things are the way they are. You're putting a lot of money, you're jeopardizing a lot of money on hand. So when someone of that level choose to do that, you're also essentially picking a side, whether you're black or not. Like, whatever, if any white athlete, chose to boycott this game because of Black Lives Matter, they're choosing a side. If they weren't clear before, they were clear, by boycotting this game. So I think that what it does, you choose a side, and you're also, you're saying that, like, I don't care about the money. I don't care about, I'm putting myself first. That's what I'll say that. That's what I'll say. I'm putting myself first. I'm putting my feelings first. I'm putting my heart first. I'm putting my mind first. I can't play this game. And if I got out there, it wouldn't be the best performance that, I know I can deliver. So, nah. Not only that, I'm sick and tired of my friends and my people that look like me getting shot and killed. So that's what I think that means when professional athletes choose to sit out of games and not play. I mean, they boycotted before, whether it was because of money or whatever the case may be. But for this situation right here, that's why I think they did it.
Okay, I want to see you. We use that with it.
I commend it, man. Like, that's next level. Like, I mean, granted, we already in the bubble. Money is, at the end of the day, money is kind of tight. I'm sure the NBA is making money, but they ain't making nowhere near as much as they normally make, for sure. But at the end of the day, like, go ahead.
But with them supporting the boycott, I feel like, shows a lot of the NBA too. So they allow the NBA to resume, but they put some things in place in order for them to resume.
Facts.
Like, you want to speak on that?
Yeah. Let me pull it up first. Yeah, like the NBA made it clear, like, yo, we not coming back until like there's some things in the works for us to act on, and so that's exactly what the Players Association did with the owners, and they put together some initiatives. Let me go ahead and put that up real quick. So did they're forming a permanent justice coalition devoted to addressing social justice issues on a full-time basis with a specific focus on police accountability and criminal justice reform through federal, state, and local legislation and policy. So that's a bunch of fancy talk for like
Break it down, layman.
we're tapping into the social justice platform around the nation, around the world, and we're gonna make sure that like the things that we want, like defunding the police, or we got certain people in place, or there's certain resources out there for us. There's going to be a certain level of accountability coming from the NBA to ensure that happens. And what the accountability piece to it is, to me, is just making sure that there's money to pay the people to get these jobs, and at the same time, make sure we have the right people in place. So I think that's what that first step, or that first initiative is speaking to. The second one is probably my favorite, and we're working with any NBA team that owns the arena. Well, not necessarily owns, but is in control of the arena that they play out of. They're going to turn that into a voting center. So I want to say here in DC, we pretty much run that arena. So there's going to be I would expect to see some sort of initiatives to the Capital One Arena turning into a voting place come November, which I think is nothing but a great move. So shout out to the NBA for that. Let me get my ticker popping too, because I'm all over the place. If you haven't, make sure you register to vote. I definitely read. That was one of the first things I did when I got here. Is just get myself acclimated here in Maryland and make sure I was able to vote. So the third initiative is that the developing PSAs that will air throughout the playoffs dedicated to promoting greater civic engagement in national and local elections and raising awareness around voter access and opportunity. So instead of seeing the same cheesy commercials that you see during NBA games, you're going to start seeing some educational advertisements towards us and supporting us. I don't know what happened to Futch. I'm pretty sure his laptop died, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, it's just been a wild week, yo. Like I've been all over the place. Like sometimes I want to be on social media. Sometimes I want to talk about the podcast. Sometimes I don't want to do anything. Like it's just that stressful, yo. Like I'm not. Oh, there goes my guy. It's been a time, man, but I'm not going to continue to harp on it too much. Like I'm not necessarily harping on it, but
so that's what the NBA is doing.
That tone.
They allowed it to come back with a couple of stipulations on the NBA returning. So with the NBA doing that, that is definitely applauded.
For sure, man. I need to get some hand claps in here.
We had hand claps. They got hand claps. Not that one. Not that one.
Yo, I gotta tell you something funny, man. This boy Johan is something else, man. So this is a break. I know we've been talking about being oppressed and how much of a roller coaster this week has been. But yo, if you got kids or if you got nephews, nieces, they say some of the most wildest things, man. Hold on, let me see what kind of comments we got here. Yo, this man today, he was doing something, and he's right-handed. So hold on to that. He's right-handed. So he was doing something, and he was like, yo, he grabbed Mother by the neck and was like, yo, you got something on your neck. Let me get it off for you. He was like, but wait, it might hurt a little bit because I got to use my clumsy hand. So I was like, what? His clumsy hand is his offhand, his left hand.
His clumsy hand.
My man said was like, no, it might hurt a little bit because I gotta use my clumsy hand. I was like, no, that's your left hand, dog. Like So you saying me and Callie clumsy handed? That's what you saying? He's like, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Callie, a lefty too.
Callie a lefty too, fam. So
That's dope.
that like I woke up to that. Like that was my Sunday in a nutshell. My man said y'all got to use my clumsy hand. So shout out to my boy Joe, man. Like he is something special, man. But yeah. Appreciate you, Danielle. Yeah, these are definitely great steps towards the movement. I mean, like just getting that message out there. Like you're gonna see some folks that's not gonna like seeing these commercials, but we're gonna keep playing them. Y'all gonna keep seeing them,
And you're going to keep watching.
and you're gonna keep watching. We're gonna make sure we get the right people in office. I'm definitely doing my research to see who we're hiring, who we're voting for. Make sure you do the same. I highly recommend it. Like you see what like honestly, I want to say to an effort to avoid a week like what we just had, please vote. You know what I'm saying? Like vote
Sum it up
and
now.
know.
There you go. Tell them.
You know what I'm saying? Like this week was just too nuts, yo. Like I'm tired. Like I'm beat. Like I'm happy to be here, but
Hey,
I'm
you
beat.
know what?
This is crazy.
I'm tired of
You
talking.
tired.
No, it did that too. But look, I'm tired about talking about this shit. Let me tell you why. Can we talk about this shit every week, every day, every month? It's been years. We've been talking about it for so long. And what has come from it? Very little. Like I'm so sick and tired of talking about it because they keep doing the same shit. So what we
It's the
gonna
same
do?
thing every time, bro.
We're gonna do our part by first voting. We do our part by putting ourselves in the best light and putting ourselves in great situation where we can come out on top. That's what we're going to do. But I feel like it's still gonna be talked about. I'm sick and tired of talking about the same shit because it's
Sick and tired,
clearly
bro.
a problem. Go through the
Fact.
ticket, entire ticket, not just the top. Bro, she pressed me. Allison pressed me, bro.
Yo,
was
she
like,
was definitely had you on your toes, bro.
oh, hey, I ain't talking about that shit. I ain't talking-
Alright, my bad.
What's good with you?
No, I mean, no, I'm saying like that's what I'm talking about. She had you on your toes all around
Yeah, the whole. But
the
you
whole
ready?
time.
Yes,
Right.
I'm ready to vote. She was like, you ready to
You ready to
Bro,
vote?
I'm registered. She like, you know how to register people? I was like, I'm gonna teach you. All right, teach me how to register somebody else. God. But she felt my head. I love it though. You need people like that in your
You
life.
need that in your corner, man. Cause like I'm gonna be in order, but like there's somebody. I got a couple mans that probably need to hear that type of like proactiveness. I'm gonna be that guy. Like, yo, don't hit me if you like. I'm not gonna go get drinks with you if you ain't vote. I'm not hanging out with you. Like,
Hey, let me.
yo, you trying to go bike riding? You trying to go bike riding? Did you vote? Did you register to vote? Nah.
Let
Go
me
do.
see your, let me see
Then
your
I'll
voting
meet you at the bike ride. Right. Let me see your voting card. Like,
You ain't
go
got a
do
voting
that.
card. I can't
Yeah.
trust a nigga that don't got a voting card.
Yeah, nah. I got mine in my wallet, so
Oh, you good?
I'm in there. I'm locked in. I'm in there like swimwear. Speaking of swimwear, I did get my Pop by Giselle swimwear. Mother loves it. I'm gonna get another one for her because she saw another one and was like, I didn't think she was gonna like that one, but she actually loved that one. So I was like,
Which one you get, mother?
that one. There was a little orange, the orange situation.
Okay. Did it have like the little strings across the stomach type?
Nah,
Or
it
was
had
it
like
was it a
was one
two-tone?
piece. No,
Or
no,
the
no.
one-
It was
oh,
all orange. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the one piece
All
orange joint.
Yeah, the one piece situation.
Okay.
Yeah. I got that joint. But yeah, shout out to Pop by Giselle. You know, get your swimwear right. Everybody, you know what? That was another thing, fam. I need a vacation. I need to change the scenery. I need to just switch it up. Like, I don't necessarily need a vacation because it's a whole pandemic going on. But a change of scenery would be nice right now. If you can, if you agree with that, or if you receive a vacation, let us know how you felt about that vacation or that time away or like that decompression, because that's also needed during this time too. So, you know, try to finesse that into your life if you can. I'm about to try and do the same, but these damn kids won't let me. But
Hey, so
here I am.
kids, bro. You look. You know what? We're gonna talk about it later. But I got half Pop by Giselle like wardrobe. No funny though. A whole half of the joint. I might got
The
like
whole situation.
like 3/4 of the joint. You feel what I'm talking
The
about? But
royalty
anyway,
joints, them gold joints is fire.
did I get the gold? I only they had
I
my
didn't get to go.
size.
They sold out on the
Yeah, they sold out the big
colors
dude
in there.
size because I'm a big dude. They had the little mans. They had.
All right, man. All
All right,
right,
my bad.
man.
All right, look. Question for you. So we was talking about
All right, what's up?
all this, all this week. We only want to recap. We don't even want to go back to that. When you in a blues, right? Like how you get yourself out of a blues? And I was thinking about it because it was going on and like something happened and it just put me in such a great mood. And I'm not even talking about like, oh, I hit the court because nah, like when you in the blues, what get you out that blues, Kyle?
So, the first thing I do is pick up a basketball. Like I would love for that to be the case. Whenever I get to that level, like I'm looking for a basketball, even if it's just to dribble it and just go tween, left, right, whatever.
Oh, tween.
Yeah, basketball. But outside of that, yoga. Yeah, yoga definitely gives me a second to like calm down and breathe, yo. Like I started this playlist called like Breathe Music, and like I literally just put that on shuffle, and I get on my yoga mat, and I just like, that's how it's just a second to like just calm down, because like thoughts be like going crazy, like yo, what if this, what if that? Nah, that ain't gonna happen, Cal. You ain't going. This podcast ain't going nowhere, or whatever the case. Go ahead, just take a couple minutes and just breathe, yo. Like I set a timer for like 20 minutes, and I just close my door, light a candle, and I tap in, man. I tap in with myself, I guess you can say.
Okay, so you tap in with a basketball, candles, yoga, music, cool, dope. I seen your kids do. We ain't gonna skip this. I seen your kids doing yoga. I see Johan.
Yeah, I got them hip.
Johan was doing the was it the downward dog? I'm like, bro.
Fam.
Johan be wilding, bro. I'm like, what is?
Yeah, you gotta pause that man up. Yeah, I had to pause him a couple times, bro. Like, yo, what you doing, man? That's not how it go.
What you doing, Joe? Jojo.
Yeah, I had to clean it up, man. I was starting to record. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and lock this phone. we gotta get the technique down first before we go live with it.
Yeah, Joe. Woo. Hey,
yeah, we gotta get the technique down.
Yoga interesting though. Like more. I know a yoga instructor. I actually work with one. I think I'm gonna have to tap in the way you just sold it just now. I may have to tap and see what it's like. You feel me?
Yeah. You make it your own, man. Like really, honestly, like it's some really deeply rooted. Some of the poses is really some deeply rooted stretching. Like I feel myself doing a moderation of that pose when I'm getting ready to hoop or whatever the case may be. Like niggas used to clown me sometimes, like Cal over there doing yoga before he hoop, and I'm like, fam, I'm about to be you 40. Yeah. Like you better get ready.
47
fam, if these legs is right, like you can like I'm gonna keep shooting. Shooter's gonna shoot. So
that's you.
Yeah, you might want to get ready, but nah, it's what you make of it, man. Like at one point, like I would just do Instagram, like I play some like corny, cheesy music, and like I gotta do it that way. And then I started following different people and just started seeing like, damn, my man was I can't do like trap music and do yoga. Like some folks be on some different type of time, which I applaud you, but like I still need something calm because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to calm my spirit, calm my mind,
decompress.
Yeah, decompress. So like I'll definitely slow it down and play like your side of the OTS playlist. Like I might play that. You know what I'm saying? Like my side taking a break. So yeah, that's how I give it up, man. When it comes to getting out the blues, man. And also, I mean, family, man. Like that's another piece. Like them kids, like they don't know what is going on in this world, and
they living their best life as they should.
That's the kind That's the kind of energy they give you as soon as you walk through that door.
Turn up. The switch went up. And they don't know you just got rained on at the restaurant.
I just got. It's been a day. They have no clue.
It's been a day, and they turned ready for you.
Right. Like, what's the move, man? But what about you? Man? How you getting out the blues?
My blues, and it hit home. I seen Kenny Smith Jones on TNT. Then I seen Chris Webber. Like when it all happened in the NBA boycott, people was like starting to speak out. Of course, I'm scrolling through the gram and I'm seeing it, bro. When I'm tapping into all these like little synopsis, people's speeches or whatever, bro, it hit home. Like I felt some way. Like this is really starting to become OD. Like super OD. And what happened? I was getting in the shower, and I play little tunes when I get in the shower. But like the perfect song came on, like the blues I had, like the thought I had in my head, like the not depression, but like the heavy heart, or that shit kind of just went away real quick because like that music tapped in so crazy, like the perfect song at the perfect time. So when that happened to me, that's when I text you. I was like, yo, what you do when you get out? Like, how do you get out the blues? And I know sometimes, like, depending on how I'm feeling, I got like a artist for this or artist for that, or like I'm about to link up with you. We gonna play the Future, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be, or the Division or the Ari Lennox, like whatever. But like I got people for that, like different artists for that. So I feel like as a whole, my answer is like music. Music is just tune you out or just turn you down and tap into that. So when you said you played a little yoga playlist or you listen to this, that, and the third, you like the candles, that's therapeutic too.
Hey yo, Portia Waller, yo. Get your homegirl, man.
Hey yo, P. You know I didn't text him in the shower. You know what? Hey, music. That's it. I'm done. Mother P just pissed me off as always.
That was funny, yo.
Okay.
That was funny, bros. But nah, music, yo, as
music make you lose control. Let's go.
Control. Music make you lose control. I was like, was it Missy or Timberland? I was literally on that type of time, bro. It was VA. Either way, it was VA. It was Virginia. So, yo, Portia Wild for that one, man. But shout out to Mother.
I don't even know why you. Nah, don't shout out Mother, bro. Jasmine, Mother, you know. Your brother, they get like every other. They get every other week with me. This ain't Mother week. Like right. You already.
It's always something with
yeah. Jasmine, I don't know. She cool this week, but next week I'm sure it's not her week.
Jasmine on ice this week. Yeah.
I'm sure it's not her week next week,
man. Make sure we covered everything. Let's see. We talked.
I got one more before we get out of here. I gotta talk about this. Yo. Man. This virtual learning, your kids ain't doing it yet, but from what you see, they virtual learning.
Well, Johan's starting in a couple weeks. My son starts in a couple weeks.
How you feel about the virtual learning, bro? Just imagine your kid supposed to be in school. You walk downstairs, you come back, this nigga under the bed. like, bro, you got so many outlets. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
it's
like imagine you doing virtual learning.
I could barely stay on a Zoom call at work, bro. Like, I'd be like, yo, what's...
But how they expecting our future to really sit? Nah, the kids, they can do it. They'll play game on the TV, on the computer for hours. But when it comes to school, bro, you really got to tap in. Like, when you being creative as a teacher, I'm speaking from a non-teacher aspect. I do... Yeah. I work with... But I'm not a teacher. I do... Whatever. They ain't get in that. I don't do nothing. I ain't got a job. But
I don't do nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I don't do nothing too crazy. When it go from that and you being entertaining in the classroom and you coming up with different ideas, and now you have to engage a child, a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 16, 17, 8-year-old for 6 hours a day, entertain.
I bless it, bro. I forgot about the high school heads. I forgot, it's still high school going on.
Come on, bro. You can't entertain. You turn your back in the classroom for 2 minutes, they having a fire. They got a volcano in the back and all that with snot and boogers. They got snot boogers, volcano in the back. You on the TV and you really got to engage this child for 6 hours?
Bro, shout out to the teachers, man. Still getting paid not what they're worth whatsoever.
Pennies on the dollar.
The child just got the price and the need, not even the price. The need just went up. The price stayed the same, which is unfortunate. But, it goes back to what's at the bottom right now. If you haven't registered to vote, please register to vote, because that's what's going to start that change, man. Like, we got to get those right people. We got to get those people at the table that can make a decision to say yes and say hell no and say hell yes. We're paying them this much. You know what I'm saying? So
what they said the march, they said we got to vote those people in office and hold them accountable for what they said they were going to do when they got in office. So that's it. We're going to vote you in. We're going to do our part. When you get there, don't play us for no fool, because you know what we're going to do.
There's a lot of power in your voice on Capitol Hill. Like, you might be just, a councilwoman or a councilman or, a congressman for this state, but, like, you're speaking for this state. So when you go to that Capitol Hill, when you go on Capitol Hill and you guys are back from recess, like that, your voice is speaking for like that entire situation, like
The whole
hundreds
sitch.
of people, yeah, like the whole sitch. So that's how you got to look at it. Like you're not like, I'm here, because like I mean, one thing I learned growing up is like one of the most dangerous points in our life is like right after we achieve something, right after we achieve a goal. It's like we get like kind of complacent. We just kind of like, all right, I hit this. It's the real individuals that like, all right, I hit this. What's next? But like if you don't have that mindset, that point of achieving a goal can be very dangerous. So, all right, I made it to this seat. Let me enjoy these perks of, having a car, so having car service, or having this or whatever the case, having all these amenities to being a councilwoman or a councilman. But at the end of the day, they have to be held accountable for what they said that got them there. Like what you said you were going to do is why we put you there. So now you gotta
do it. Do
now
it.
you gotta tap in. So
Do it.
we gonna make sure that is the case. But as far as virtual learning, bro, I don't mean to steer off left. Yeah, like my time is coming. I'm very
Bless
curious
your
to see
heart.
how my guy is gonna make.
Hey.
I feel like Johan might be in better shape than Callie. Like I hope Callie is going to school because I can't keep her locked in for 3 minutes, like let alone 6 hours. So God bless it to the teachers. Like I might have to just to send them lunch at the end of the week or something. Like yo, I know, I get it.
I can't pay you what you should give, but
Yeah.
I can see Jimmy
Right.
John.
I might hit him on Friday. Like I might hit him on Friday. Like I know Johan was under the chair on Tuesday, so here go, here go a little, token of my appreciation. But yeah, man, like it's
But seriously, like our college, I feel like they in a better shape because you got to do it or you don't. Like you pay for this, but like 12 and under, I feel like it's a lot of leniency going on. Like you can't do but so much. Like if they don't come to school, or if they don't have the resources, or if they in school and this kid
well, they're giving out
cannot,
laptops though.
bro,
They're giving laptops.
they're giving out laptops. But do everybody in
Everybody
the hood got
internet.
Wi-Fi? Come on.
Yeah, that's another game changer right there. Yeah.
And everybody in the hood, I gotta go. Like mom gotta go to work. So now the kid at home by herself with this Wi-Fi she just bought for him. Who watching him do is like it's just so many variables. I don't know if that happened for real, but this is stuff we talk about at work.
That's the kind of things it's going to happen.
It's so much. So that's why the schools can't hold these kids but so much accountable. But with that being said, how long is this gonna go on? With that being said, if it's going for a year, does everybody advance automatically just because it was a pandemic during the 2021 year? And now are we like set back as a generation, or our future, our youth is set back because they was pushed to a grade because they wasn't held all the way accountable because of what's going on in the world? Not to mention the pandemic, not to mention the police brutality, not to mention all the stuff that's going on in the world, and our kids ain't got no school.
Yeah, it's different times, bro.
Jasmine, exactly. How does that work? Even with the parents working from home, they gotta put some effort into that from home too.
Yeah. Like P been working from home, and like she can't do like it can't. You see that it both can't happen. So
hey, bro, hold on. Let me just cut you off real quick.
Right, go ahead.
I'm gonna let you finish. I be watching P snaps, bro. I mean IG stories.
You don't think she at work,
bro? She be trying to uplift the world, and I be like, where the kids at? I know you at work. Look, I know you at work, and P, if you on the story, where's Joe and Callie? But keep going. Look, we gotta finish the show before she comment. Go.
Right. Yeah, no. They still at daycare for now, but the virtual thing is about to start in a couple weeks because we actually about to move in about a week or two. So yeah, that whole virtual thing is definitely about to happen, and I feel like it's those parents that like still gotta go to work, but they have kids that they can't keep home. That's the slip in the crack right there. Like you can't keep like after a certain age. I'm not about to show who I am or how I grew up whatsoever. But my ass was in the house by myself at a certain age going forward. But before then I wasn't, obviously. But we are really stuck between a rock and a hard place because like you brought up a valid point. Like yeah, they giving out the laptops, but not everybody got Wi-Fi. Yeah, everybody like we got to stay home, but not every parent can stay home with can afford to stay home with their child. And then you got parents who, are working from home but can't necessarily, you know,
Provide that attention.
provide that attention or that it's a circus, bro. Like, and I feel like, as we go through it, I'm hoping that we can work together as a people and like try to figure out like, all right, what are you doing that's working? Like social that's the part of social media that you got to tap into. The stuff that like, all right, what are you doing that's working? Share it so we can all be great. We can all double profit from it all. So
Oh, I see what you did.
you see that?
Yeah.
Tween behind the back, step back, hard and pump fake. Now I'm going to the bucket and one.
Double profit everything. Double profit all that.
But yeah, man, like you gotta it's definitely a tough time. And yeah, let's just work together and try to situate this situation because that's exactly what it is. Like, and it's either that no one's like, or put yourself at risk and go to school and possibly contract the virus that could potentially kill you. Nah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, so we understand why it's virtual learning. We just saying the virtual learning cons. Like, I mean, the pros of the virtual learning is that we're not going to school and our kids aren't interacting and bringing it home. And we got a pandemic 2.0. We understand that. We're just saying the world, in a nutshell. What I'm saying, the world all messed up. Right now, we all.
It ain't even the world, bro. It's just America, man. Like everybody looking.
It's
like,
just us.
Somebody look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit. We out here we looking like a third world country on everything. Nothing against third world countries because Wakanda clearly is it is what it is. But nah, man, solid show, bro. Great game. Feel the stat.
Oh yeah, I was in my bag,
man.
Bro, I got
10
steals, bro.
Shout out to the Clippers advancing. Shout out to the Lakers advancing. Who about to play tonight? Oh, I got the Jazz and the Nuggets. I think the Jazz.
That's a game. That's a game.
But, yo, Jamal Murray been in his duffel. He been his Birkin and he been working.
The Birkin been working.
Yeah, I'm happy that the playoffs came back. I'm happy that Barack Obama was able to provide some wisdom and some guidance and say, do what you got to do. But they also coupled that with like, look, we gonna play, but we gonna hold y'all accountable too. So
what you gotta do?
I think that's what we gotta do. In this time. So I appreciate everybody that tapped in tonight. Like we had a roller coaster of viewers and listeners and watchers, but I love the energy. I love the feedback. Allison, Jazz, everybody that tapped in, appreciate y'all. We definitely going to continue to do this. We're not going anywhere. Consistency is key. And like I said on Twitter, like I said, yesterday, like I just wanted to get up here and we just wanted to get up here and just process all of this, man. Cause like as black men, as fathers, as just all of the above, like, yo, we were not okay this week. And we want to do what we can to make sure that we don't avoid a week like we just had. So check on your black friends, check on your black male friends, check on your black dads. And just, we good, man. And we're gonna do it like that. But this is the Off the Strip Sports Podcast.
OTS.
Appreciate the love, everyone. We tapping out. Y'all be easy.
Peace.
Where my mouse at?